Guys, welcome back to Keeping Up with Henry. Here at my home this morning, Kenansville, North Carolina, and I want to show you my hometown. So we're right here in the backyard of my house. I actually live right downtown Kenansville. So I'm gonna get on the golf cart here and we're going to show you the town of Kenansville. All right, I've just left my yard and come up here to what is the Kenansville Police Station. Now, many people in Kenansville don't know, but this building used to be a Gulf gasoline station. Had two service bays over here. That was the little area where he sold his drinks and nabs. And it was run by a guy named Stokes Westbrook. And Stokes was a World War II prisoner of war. And he ran it for the longest time. Of course, he's dead and gone now. And but thought that was an interesting fact that most people in the town of Kenansville don't even know that. So I thought I'd add that in this video. And we proudly honor our veterans here in Kenansville, and Stokes is certainly one of those individuals, and I wanted to make sure he got mentioned on video. This is the Baptist church right here in Kenansville, right downtown. If you look straight ahead is our courthouse, and I'm going to turn in right here just a minute. It is Sunday morning, not to disturb anybody, but I want to show you how beautiful this church was. Big, majestic tower on top. Okay, I want to show you this plaque right here. Baptist Church, established in 1837 and built in 1858, and it's on the National Historic Register. I wanted to show you something a little bit odd. We're right here, downtown Kenansville now. It's right in the heart of it. No cars either way. Highway 11 comes through here. 50 junctions at 24. We actually just got off of Highway 24, going straight ahead. Some old storefronts here, revitalized, and now local businesses have put it to good use. Coming on up here, the Kenansville drugstore. The only drugstore we had in town was right up here. Now it's moved on, sold out, whatever, and now we got a little restaurant in here, I think, or something. The local barber shop right here, where I got my first haircut back in probably 1958, assuming. And the beautiful courthouse. I'm going to show you that in just a second. Look at this massive building here. Duplin County Courthouse. Established circa 1785 and built in 1911. How about that? And you can see the difference in the facade of the old courthouse, and they built this part on actually in my lifetime. I remember when it was built. But this is it. Right on in the distance is the county jail. We have a few monuments here I want to show you. This is a monument here, placed here by the county, dedicated in honor and recognition of all Duplin County veterans who have served in many struggles for freedom. The United States of America, e pluribus unum. Erected by the citizens of Duplin County, May 30th, 1988. We have some veterans here of World War I. Obviously, I don't know any of them. Their last names sound familiar. Dedicating was put up May 26, 2017. And right over here, this is the World War II. A lot more names on it. Let you read that. World War II, 1941 to 1945. The Korean War was between 1951 and 1953. And there are some men's names who have died in battle. And last but not least, 1955 to 1975. The names of people here in Duplin County who have given their life for our freedom. Really something to think about. And what would we be without our local volunteers, the staff, our emergency personnel? This is to honor those who keep us safe. You're looking at the south end of the courthouse here, looking back to the front of the courthouse this way. You know, everybody's probably got a small town of where they're from, or one they like or they've seen, but keep in mind that all our freedoms have been protected by all those who serve. And don't disrespect anybody that wears a uniform, because without that, you might not be here. I'll bring you right up here to the sheriff's office just a minute. This memorial here is here at the sheriff's office, and in memory of the North Carolina officers who have given their lives in the line of duty. Dedicated in 1996, and dedicated in 1992 and rededicated in 1996. Sheriff George Garner. And that's something personal to me. George was my brother-in-law. He died while he was in office of cancer. But not only a family member, but a great personal friend, and he's always missed. All right, we're gonna swing right by the courthouse here, crossing the north end. I'm gonna come down here and show you an area called the Springs. I used to come down here. It's before they built this area here, and before they built this area here, put the structures on top of it. There's a little underground spring here, and we'd always come here. This was 60 years ago now. We'd come here and get a drink of water out of there, and you can barely see, if you look real close, the water running out there. Of course, when it ran out before, the rocks were not here like that, and you could actually get on your knees and drink some fresh, cool water. That was always nice. And here is the Duplin County Jail. We just left the sheriff's office, which is right on the back side of this building. And it ties right in here to what used to be called Duplin General Hospital. Now it's been renamed, rebought out, and now a company out of Greenville operates it. We'll just ride you by and show it to you at the front of it here. You know, a small town like Kenansville, I think it's got about probably 780 people the last time the census was taken. But it's nice to have the hospital right here in our hometown. This used to be schoolhouse. Now it's the Duplin County Department of Social Services. But when I went to school right here in this building on grades 1 through 6. And when I was in the 7th grade, was in 1969. That was the year the whites and the blacks began going to school together of integration. So this building's still very special place in my heart. It's a beautiful building, and right next door was our gymnasium, and it still is a gymnasium, although it's not used a whole lot for basketball anymore. I mean, mainly that's what it was, a place to play basketball. And it has been renamed. A little bit run down here. They're probably working on it. Let's hope they are. But it was renamed the Kenan Memorial Auditorium, and it might have been that name his whole life. Now, I don't remember anything other than the Kenansville Auditorium, the Kenan Auditorium. But a lot of things in Kenansville are named after the Kenans, because I'm going to tell you a little quick story. James Kenan, who also has a high school name for it here over in Warsaw, between Warsaw and Kenansville, he had a daughter named Mary Lily Kenan. Well, we're going to show you their house in a few minutes, but Mary Lily Kenan married Henry Flagler, who a lot of you know built the railroad down in Florida, developed the Miami area, and so forth. And he was in business with John D. Rockefeller, and they owned the business of Standard Oil together, and that became probably the richest company in the world at one time. And through antitrust laws, I think they made them break it up and divide it out. But when they did that, they even got richer, because ExxonMobil was probably formed, Amoco, American Standard, just all kind of stuff of branches of gas moguls spurred off of it. But anyway, we're going to show you their house shortly, but this is just one of the buildings here that was named after them. All right, back, I'm going to say it was probably in the 70s. We're right back here behind the old Kenansville Elementary School, the hospital, and Kenan Auditorium here. There's a structure back here that most of the people in Kenansville probably have never seen. But I'm going to take you inside and show you what's back here. It's grown up, obviously. But this was an amphitheater. Like I said, I think it might have been built back in the 70s, but I'm not sure. I think that's right. But ticket booth right here. Let's see what this says right here. Yeah, William R. Kenan Jr. Memorial Amphitheater, 1976. So that's when it was built. And it was very nice at one time. I mean, it may not show it in the condition it's in right now, but this was a nice place. It's a shame that it's not being used anymore and they've allowed it to grow up. I say they, I don't know who they are other than county officials. But I'm gonna step you right up here just a minute. I'm not gonna walk down there. See those chairs right there? All growed over in kudzu vines, the stairs, the railing. All this wrapped around over here to the left, wrapped around to the right. Nice stage area down there, supporting buildings where the actors change their clothes and so forth. I'm gonna try to get down here and without getting eat up by a Gila monster. I want to show it to you though. A lot of, look at that. Oh Lord, I mean eat up with vines. But here's some seats right here. Some wood board seats. And there's some plastic seats, nicer seats here. And as you can see by the growth coming up from the chair there, it's been unattended for quite a while. This part of it here is a concession stand. And this was just a little gathering area out of the sun. Way down there you can see the stage. Look at all the what was so nice now it's, for the most part, lost forever. The good and the bad. Let's hope we don't have any ugly here in Kenansville. All right, on to the next stop. All right, right across from the social service building is the Groves Cemetery. And I'm going to bring you out here, and just because I haven't seen it in a while and I want you to see it, my family burial plots. All right, right here is Henry Wadsworth Dale, my granddaddy. My grandmother right here, the wife of Henry Wadsworth Dale, her name was Ida Mae. She was a tailor from the Facing area. My uncle, Cenas Dale, who died in 1956. I was born in 57, so I never knew him. My father's brother. And here is my mama, Celia Lanier Dale, wife of Paul Edward Dale. She died January 21, January the 18th of 21. And this is Daddy. He died in June 7th, 1990. So, and I have great-grandparents buried over there amongst those trees. Well, I will not go over there today, but I will pick up this trash and have a little respect for the area here. But we're born here, we'll die here, and we love the life of Kenansville, I can tell you that. Anybody who grew up here will tell you if they moved away, they'll... All right, while I'm documenting history, this is a Mexican restaurant, a health choice, primary health store, building. But obviously, that's not what I want to remember. I want to remember that as a movie theater right there. You walk in it, you know, it had the slope. That's why the roof is higher on this end than it is the other end. But movie theaters right here where you could come and enjoy a matinee. And right here in this empty parking lot was a grocery store at one time. And it's been gone for 40 years. All right, just passed back by the front of the courthouse. Post office right here. Some more old buildings in town that's been converted over to something else. That building right there used to be the jailhouse. long time ago. A lot of old historic houses in town. There's one right there. There's another one. This grocery store, I saw it be built, and now I've seen it closed down, so it's come and gone. But we're coming up right here on the what we call the Kenan house. And this was where James Kenan lived, married Lily Kenan, later in life Flagler, lived in her homestead. I'm gonna pull this in right up here and check it out. This was a plantation home. You see all the support structures. They have been either recreated or been fixed up. But the plantation of Thomas S. Kenan, it was a legislator in the Senate and U.S. Congressman whose son William Rand, legislator, Confederate congressman and major, was born here. Beautiful place. I wanted to give you a little tour of the backyard of the Kenan home. All squirrels at play. The official name of it is Liberty Hall, and they give tours of it. I recommend you contact someone in the town of Kenansville for the information, or look on the website. Old carriage over there. The overseer's office, okay? Big old magnolia tree. Like I say, we're in the backyard of Liberty Hall. An old horse buggy that they used to get around on back in the day, so they say. Another building here, an outhouse, could have been for slaves. There's some beautiful flower trees. I believe they're crepe myrtles. They're absolutely beautiful. Man, it doesn't get any nicer than that. I wish you could smell it right here. It does smell beautiful, fresh, nice with a gazebo in the center. Look at these old massive trees here. You know, back when all this was going on, you don't realize that there was no electricity. There was no cooking oil, so to speak. You had to cook with a pot over a fire, whether it be in the house in the wintertime or out in the yard during the summertime. I mean, life is tough, trust me. And right beside the Kenan home, Liberty Hall, right beside that is the Cowan Museum, History and Science Museum. And I'm going to show you a little bit of it. Here in its backyard, it's right next to the Kenansville Town Park. But in the backyard of the Cowan Museum, these original log structures. Another horse and buggy. An old clock with its hands missing, but very interesting. Pan around here. Some more old buildings here. What's in them? I have no idea. I lived here all my life and never been in them. Now, I have taken tours of the Liberty Hall several times, especially during Christmas when it's all fixed up and decorated nice. Sundial, what they used to tell time with. by looking at the shadow, telling where it was on the ground, you know about what time it was. All right, museum number 2. Let me get back to my horse and buggy and we'll ease on down the road. And right across from Liberty Hall, we're gonna go down Cooper Street here. And it wouldn't be fair to the general public if I did not show you Paul's house. It used to be my mama's house, and now Paul lives there in that beautiful, oh man, that sugar maple of an oak tree there, massive. My old bulldozer sitting here while I was building him a road in here. Big old lot area here that a doctor came to town, built the house up there. He's long gone. If you haven't figured it out yet, Kenansville, it's a farming town. And right here, I pulled up to, everybody calls this Brown's. A good friend of mine, Jesse Brown, runs it, owns it, and fuel pumps here, storage warehouse, but we use this. We get all our gasoline from Buck here, and whether it be LP, gas, diesel, and it's kind of like a variety store on the inside. You can find about anything, some boots, a little bit of clothing, hardware, but we farmers would be in a mess if that disappeared on us. A gathering place for the local farmers, and certainly my favorite store in Kenansville. That's what I call it, my favorite store. And right across from Brown's is the Presbyterian Church. And it is an old church. I may be wrong in saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I think this might be the oldest Presbyterian church in North Carolina. Let's look right here. The Grove Presbyterian Church. Established in 1736, built in 1855. It's on the National Historic Register. So there you go. I wanted to show you this. This is E.E. Smith, used to be E.E. Smith High School, or just E.E. Smith School. I believe it was named after Ezekiel Ezra Smith. There's also, that name is big in Fayetteville, North Carolina. But we have a school here that in '69, when I was in the 7th grade, it was turned over as a middle school. And right to the left here was the office area. And this was the lunchroom. And classes were down the right-hand side. Classes were down the left-hand side. Had a hall down with rooms on each side. This is the common area here, courtyard area, and a basketball gym on the other end. But I've got some fond memories here. Actually, over there by that big old looking like a pecan tree, there was a block building there. And they taught a lot of trade stuff here. I had welding classes back there in the back, brick and block laying right here. We'd come up here and mix up mortar and lay blocks, and oh man, that was fun stuff. Very educational too. Never have forgotten it. I can still lay brick and block. All right. And obviously it's not being used, and it's gone downhill like so many other places. But yet it's not torn down. But you can still come out here and revisit your memories. As I left the E.E. Smith School, taking the back way back toward our house, come across this beautiful church right here, Mary UHC worship service. Now here's the music playing, beautiful flag, and I'm gonna ease on. I wanted to show you this right here in Kenansville. St. John's Lodge, Masonic Lodge. I did want to show you these beautiful flags. American flag and the North Carolina flag. Looking back across in front of the lodge, you see the top of the courthouse steeple over there. Another old house right across the highway here. I wanted to show you some more houses right here. These houses were actually located downtown Kenansville. And that house and this house here is Yellow House. And my sister had them moved out here right outside the city limit sign and using them as bed and breakfasts. About that. Now I'm gonna look right over here. Now this house, she bought the house here on this property called the Murray House, and probably, I'm gonna say probably 10-15 acres here that she set these other old houses on. And this is a massive house right here. There's another house that's on the historic register. It was in derelict shape when Lynn bought it. She spent a lot of money and time on it, getting it fixed up. There's columns. How about that? Look at all the intricate stuff around top of those windows there. And I'm gonna step right up here on the porch just a minute. Read you this plaque here. The Needham Whitfield Herring House. Okay. Built in 1853. That's when Lynn remodeled it. Had it entered into the historic register in '94. We'll take a peek and see. I just want to show you right inside just a minute. Staircase. Right now I'm an uninvited guest, so we'll leave it there. All right, a lot of old houses in Kenansville. A lot of old houses, and they'll become fewer and fewer of them in time because they're very expensive to keep up. And of course, they got bad wiring, a lot of them. You got fire issues, possibly. But Lynn's got some beautiful grounds here. I'm gonna walk right around the house just a minute, show you her backyard. She planted all these boxwoods out here in some form of a design, and it looks nice. Look at these old trees. You just don't find this every day. So if you're ever in the town of Kenansville, you need a place to stay, this is the place. Come to this bed and breakfast, the Murray House Inn. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. All right, folks, that's probably gonna do it here for the Kenansville tour. Not a whole lot to see really. As far as a long video, I mean, it's not Goldsboro, Jacksonville, Raleigh, Fayetteville, none of that stuff. You know, it's just a small town, 780 people. I appreciate you watching the channel, following along, and I hope you like Kenansville as much as we here in Kenansville absolutely love it. Until the next video comes out, take care, and I'll see you later.